talking hate, I'm about to get it now. About to get it now. I was walking through the storm, I see the light now. Lord, I see the light now. Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho.
Welcome to the game, man. Episode 2, we back at it. I'm the one named Tulz Madala, joined by the lovely Kea Zawadi.
Hello.
Zanele Potelwa.
What it do?
Now, look, I have to say
Zino.
it. Yeah. Like, it's obvious. Hey, whoa! Then there were 3. No, Zino did not resign. He did not quit. There was an issue with his helicopter.
Not helicopter.
Yeah. And I say helicopter because he was in...
He is in Protea.
Protea Glen, and
Yes.
he said he'll make it to Newtown in 10 minutes. That's only a man with a helicopter.
Wait, where exactly is Protea Glen? I'm sorry, I don't know.
The end of Soweto.
Oh,
Like,
End of
literally.
Soweto.
Yeah, Protea Glen is like, okay, you are leaving Gauteng, dog. No?
because I know Protea Glen, right, as in of the place, but
Yes.
I don't know how to get around in Johannesburg. I know places, but
So let me tell you. So on the N12, you know when you're driving out of Johannesburg on the N12, what
Yes.
driver. At some point you get to a cross. What do you call it?
Intersection.
Intersection where there's robots, but they never work. And if you go that way, I think you go towards Lenasia. If you go the
Lenasia's
other
far.
side, it's Protea Glen. So that is.
Jonga
Yes.
Zino. You're making us do it geography, Ngoku. Jonga.
Oh! No,
You know when
pull up. We just talking
You know
about
when you shade someone and they write.
Wow. Speak of the devil and he would
Zino,
appear.
please come, Matung. Why do you think this is when you're gonna watch us?
Wow, okay. Now you will know that was a real moment. The helicopter made it.
Yeah, man.
What's up, man? I was saying that you're gonna come in a helicopter because
Oh, Zino was getting a haircut.
Not even, guys. Not even. Sorry,
even?
man.
We can see it's fresh, but
It is fresh.
you're looking like ludicrous. Luda.
No, guys. Sorry, I had a hectic day, man.
Tell us
Like
more.
that.
How do you feel?
I feel good, man. We went to Protea Glen because there was some of the dentists I had to meet for my brother to get braces. Got some deal there going on.
Okay.
So you were
good,
being a
bro,
big
bro,
brother, putting him on.
Yeah, so they agreed to get him braces and
That's
then
dope.
obviously do some ambassadoring.
Well, there goes the.
Providing for the family.
What, say that again? What?
Ambassadoring. But that's a project for later.
Yeah, shout out.
That's
That's
why
a
we're
project for
clapping.
later, bro. But
I
yeah.
like
No,
that.
I missed that.
Ambassading.
Shout out, dog.
Thanks, bro. That's what I was doing. Sorry, guys.
Trademark that word, ambassador.
Ambassading.
Yeah, ambassading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was literally like making an excuse for you. I was explaining that your helicopter shut down and you couldn't make it, but you're here. All right, man. Episode 2 of the game. You know what it is. We gather up. We speak about our experiences, the good, the bad. Not that we experts, but we experts on what we know and what we've experienced. We want to share that.
Yeah.
And today, we gotta talk about dating in the game, yo.
Why are you looking at me?
Just in time.
Please look at me, the most
Okay.
single person in South Africa, but I'm very passionate about it. Yes.
Most single person in South Africa. Can we talk about that? Like, Zanele is beautiful, talented, majestic,
Okay.
sexy.
Oh, guys.
I've never tasted her cooking, but I could bet for $3.99
That she can
whip
cook.
something
You
up.
look like you can
You
cook.
know what I
You
mean?
know when people look like,
I can.
I have it.
Thank you.
How are you single?
How Batung? I was focusing on my career for a couple of years, and I just didn't want anybody in my space. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, as in,
Yes.
don't take my attention away. And then after that, like, now I'm more open to it. Now I'm not against it like I was before. Because before I used to be like, man.
Yeah.
Now I'm like,
So
let's
you want
see.
someone in your space now?
I mean, it's not even that I want it. It's just that I'm more open to it.
Okay.
Where I'm like, it can also be a factor in my life.
And would you do it with someone like in the industry, like what's that movie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yes. So like I said, I am an advocate for it. So let me tell you, in the beginning, right, when I was like half in, half out the industry, right? Like as in starting off.
Yes.
I was like, hell no, I will never date any of these niggas. No, because they're gonna like cheat and all these other things. Now that I'm like in the industry, as in like I can say I make money from the industry. I 100% believe in dating someone who's in the industry. Or rather, let me say 95%. 5% is for the other side. And it's so funny that we're talking about it today because even on Monday, I was chatting to a friend of mine. And I was now asking her about like her relationship because we like hadn't seen each other and whatever. And she's in the industry. And I was like, dude, actually, do you prefer like dating someone outside or inside type of thing? And she was like, last year, she was dating someone outside of the industry and they just didn't get it. And for me, I was like, that's the reason why I 100% believe in dating somebody who's here and understands the sacrifices that need to be made. Because baby, unfortunately, if there's a gig and there's date night, I'm choosing the gig and that is going to be it. And you need to understand. No. But that's my thing, guys. And even in my life, maybe in the ruthless, but even in my life, all of my loved ones understand. Whenever I say I have work, they understand. So I need somebody who's going to understand that if like the day before there's a specific thing, and obviously like date night things, not like our 10-year anniversary, I'm gonna go and do a gig.
But
No,
date night Wednesday.
Yeah, date night Wednesday, babe. No, we can't. And you need to understand when I'm away all the time, when you see me with all of these guys and things, I only shoot with guys on multiple occasions.
You see, that's the eyebrow raiser.
Only, but
No, I was with you until you said that.
no, but that's the thing. It's
that
those kinds of
is-
things that you kind of need to understand, and
Yeah.
that's why I wholeheartedly believe in it.
Zeno?
I mean, I'm for that as well. Dating someone that's not in the industry is very difficult because they
Yes.
don't understand. I mean, Zanele, okay, I don't want to say it, but Zanele, remember that time where...
remember that time?
Zanele knows, guys. I've been... you see, that's probably her right now.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it
Is
is.
that your girl right now?
And it is. You see what I mean? I've been blocked, and Zanele was there
Yes, I was.
for the whole thing. She saw how it is because they don't really understand why you always.
Wait, what
ask.
do you mean
wait,
you've been blocked?
Please, can we
Wait,
stop
wait.
this? Wait, are you still dating this person right
Yeah,
now?
I
Hi,
was
Mom!
still dating her. She doesn't calling me now. But anyway, yeah, for real. Like
Wait, explain that. You've been blocked. I missed that.
on WhatsApp, yeah, because I went out with Zanele and Buke, and
Okay.
it looked like this guy is out with the hearts, but it's not
Yes.
even like that. These are my friends, and so she saw it in a kind of like nah.
Like you're probably cheating or something.
yeah, and it wasn't even like that, so I got blocked.
Are you allowed to share this? Is this fine? Is she gonna watch it and be like, oh, that's fine?
She's got to know she's dating someone in
But I
the
mean,
industry.
guys, this is the topic.
Okay,
I want us to
okay,
be real with this.
okay.
You know what I mean? I really want us to be like 100% real with
Yeah.
this. So it's tricky in that kind of sense. I feel like it would be easier if the person's also in the same industry as you, because then you have that kind of schedule that you try and work around.
100%.
So that's what I feel, man. I'm not gonna lie. I see where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Kia's like the
I like
ambassador.
You know what I like? Yeah, because Kea is.
What's the word? What's ambassador? Ambassador?
Ambassading.
Yeah,
Ambassading
ambassading
dating someone
of
in the
this-
She's
industry.
ambassading this right here.
So this is actually very interesting. Yeah.
I won't lie. I think I used to be against it. But it feels like such a long time ago because, these people in the industry, they will play you like whoa.
You two sound like you've been hurt. I'm just saying.
Yeah, what do you? Yeah. You'll be thinking, it's all like this, Kante. It's really not.
That's it. You've been hurt
So-
by an industry gent.
Absolutely. Yes. You
Was
think
it-
like
So
we
hurt.
cool, we aight, Kante mo too doesn't.
Ay.
Damn. He works in the industry. Okay, so that means stop calling when he's doing a podcast, girl. Damn.
Girlfriend of Zino, me, I love you.
I love her too, but I love working too. Like, can a nigga work?
Silent. On silent. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Damn. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
So I wasn't always for it. Just because I'm someone who I'll have trust issues. Like if you fail my trust the first time, it's very, very difficult to get it back, So I was like, nah, I ain't doing it. And then it just happened. Like, it's not really something that I went looking for. And I think that he can also attest that when we met, it wasn't a thing of, oh shit, yeah, we going in all the way. It was like, okay, I like you, you like me, let's just hang out. Kanti, Kimo.
Can I get married?
Wabona. Yeah.
What does he do? What does he do?
So he's an actor and a filmmaker. Yes.
So that means he makes movies where he kisses people, right?
Yes.
Ooh, interesting.
That's true. And I've seen them. Okay, so I think it's different with me and why I think it works when you are in the industry alongside your partner, because I also have to...
I was gonna say it works both ways.
I have,
yeah.
and he's had to sit and watch that.
Like bonko
And-
koza, bong be koza.
Yes, yes.
Is
So
that a
we
person
did,
that she kissed?
Yeah, from 13 days to find Mr. Right.
yes.
Oh, okay. Looks like somebody rewinded that scene. Okay.
So,
What the crud?
so the series was called 13 Weeks to Find Mr. Right.
Yo, did it days not all of
Yeah,
that?
no, it was a little bit
Weeks.
longer than that.
Weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
13 weeks. And yeah, we had to kiss on screen, but I won't lie, it's...
Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Reverse round the river, what time to success. Guess I did too much when over.
And yeah, we had to kiss on screen, but I won't lie, it's... I don't even... And it's not like that. You know, you literally have 3 cameras in the room alongside the director and an AD and the wardrobe who's making sure, and the other guy who's like, oh, do you need bubble gum and this, and so it's like I'm not really thinking about, oh, how does this feel?
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of, is this looking good on camera?
camera.
Because maybe the kiss will be happening and the director will say, okay, cool, Kea, just turn this way, but don't stop kissing. Do you understand? So it's like, okay,
How many? I was gonna.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's I don't want to
more
lie,
like
it's
a
not that deep,
business.
and it's very fake. And also for me,
How many takes though?
the director makes...
No, because we gotta know this.
Yeah,
How
no,
many
no.
takes?
And that's a valid question.
Yeah, we gotta know.
But the production makes sure...
We wanna know though. Because look, I'm not trying to make you feel bad or
Yeah.
make him feel bad,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
as a person who is probably watching from home, they
Yeah.
wonder these kind of things.
Yes.
So if I'm gonna date someone in the industry, like, are they kissing once? Or is it like 8, 9 takes where you're constantly kissing this person? Even if for you mentally you're not there,
Yeah.
that's something that people want to know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I won't lie. So the production really tries to make sure that you don't feel uncomfortable in that experience. So they'll tell you, okay, this is the scene that's coming up next. How do you feel?
Yeah, how many?
And, okay, so...
How many?
Do that riddle thing.
Hey, how many takes?
Yeah, how many times?
How many kisses?
Hey.
Okay, in all honesty, it's probably like 3 takes. So
That's not
it's
bad.
not
That's
even
not bad.
that hectic.
Yeah.
No, Marakira, I'm trying to explain why it's 3 takes, because they try to make sure that you don't feel uncomfortable in that experience. So they'll come to you, they'll say, hey, we're about to do the scene. How do you feel? Do you want to chat with the guy? Y'all 2 chat. Y'all say, okay, are we doing tongue? Are we not doing tongue? How are we doing this? Okay, you can hold me here. Don't hold me on my ass cheeks. You can hold me here. You know what I mean?
Do you get to dictate that? I thought
Absolutely.
the director goes, put it on the ass.
No.
Grab it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I am directing you.
This is very interesting because
No.
would you ever do a scene like, I know the wife, they have some crazy
Yeah.
Oh, that, yeah.
Now, would you ever kill those kind of sex scenes there like that?
Shit, I honestly, I don't...
Yeah.
I don't know, because I don't think that it's something that you plan, especially going to audition for a role. You know, you don't plan that there's going to be that type of sex scene. So
Yeah.
it's almost like if I get the role and they say, okay, cool, Kea, this is what we had in mind for this particular scene because there's going to be nudity, then you can say, okay, cool, this is how far I can go. And then they'll see where they can push it and where they can hold back. Like, for example, on 13 Weeks, there was a scene where I had to get dressed after a night that I had, which didn't actually happen, right, technically. But in the show it did, right? So after the night, you know, I'm naked in the bed, and then I'm not even naked, right?
Yes.
So there's like a sheet that's like this. So you only see this and you think, she's naked. Cool. And then I had to basically get dressed. And they were like, cool, you can just disappear for a second, get out of frame, get dressed and come back in, and, you know. And I was like, okay, but I can come out and at least I can have my bra. And they're like, oh, are you cool with that? Like, and I was like, yeah. You know, so you can play around. It's, if someone is dictating and saying, hey, you need to do this is what it is, then that's not allowed.
Sure, but I also know that like in like Hollywood, and this is just things I've read. Michael Bay, if you're watching, because you will. Michael Bay is obviously like a huge director in Hollywood, and I've always heard that he's very like do this or do that or do that type of thing. So I think those directors do exist, but it's nice that they like allowed you guys to play around with it.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think I've ever heard of any actor or actress or thespian just being like, I'm not going to do this role because of that sex scene. I've never heard of it personally, and I think it's because of how they see it, in the sense of, like you said earlier, where they understand that it's business.
It's business.
Yeah, unless you gotta kiss a guy. I think I'm telling you now, there's a lot of guys that are actors and are all about the passion and all about the project until the role is chasing.
No, I actually disagree.
As much as there are, I know people that are. I've got a friend of mine who was on a show where he had to kiss a guy. It was like a threesome, right?
Oh.
And it was a guy and a girl. And we gave him off energy. We were laughing at him like, right? We were being stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's what guys just do. Toxic masculinity and all that jazz.
Yeah.
Right? But he literally just said to us, yo, I'm earning dollars.
Exactly.
So I don't know about you.
You see now.
And that silenced us. But
see
there
now.
are people that would never cross that line regardless of you know, whether it's the role or whatever. So I think
Hi, which
difference.
but yeah, but like you said, it's you, like, you know, people that have actually said
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
wild.
I've dated in the industry before. Mm-hmm. There's pros and cons like anything else.
Yeah.
I dated 2 actresses, right?
Tell us. Tell us.
This
At
is
the same
deep.
time, Tulz?
No, no.
Yeah, you know your boy. I'm kidding. You know your boy.
So like the first one like was pretty big because like she was on the big broadcasting channel, so a lot of
Okay.
people knew her.
It's ABC One. Sorry, okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes. But I don't want to go into too much details and
Sure.
sort of expose her. But
Of course.
she was on that show, so whenever we'd walk around, people would stop and ask to take a picture with her, and often I would be the cameraman.
Yes.
That shit is irritating. It's irritating. Like, listen.
I remember you did bring this up in the house.
In the house,
You did
yeah.
say it. You
Like,
did say it.
It's
Yeah.
cool. Three pictures in, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going out all the time. And I realized that I can't be irritated because this is your life. But I was genuinely talking to you, babe. Like, do you realize that every time, yo, it's you.
He's so triggered. He's so triggered.
It's real.
He's not happy.
Right? That was the first difficult thing, becoming a cameraman, right? Secondly, you become
upset.
that. You hold bags. You. It's what it is.
Tulz, but that's your woman.
Yeah,
It is my
dog.
woman, but that's the issue. If you're my woman and I'm taking you out, or we're having a deep discussion about how much I love you, and then someone just goes, yeah.
Hey, we can look tools. Then you must have deep discussions at home, dog. Like you.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
but there's no privacy now.
Yeah, you're making
know
it
what I
sound
mean?
simple, but it's.
Can I just
you in
say,
the industry?
Can I just say
Aye,
this is
man.
coming from somebody who gets stopped all the time, especially after being out of
in
the
hindsight,
house.
I get it now, right?
Oh, okay.
But then I
Okay.
felt like, damn, I'm a handbag. I'm this person who goes around doing social media for all her fans. You know what I mean?
Not doing social media.
For her fans, not even for her. I'm doing social media for her fans. I'm taking family pics. It became a lot. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that was the first one. The second one, she showed me that she really is an actress. Like, sometimes I would feel like I should just yell cut because in her brain, she's still on set. You know what I mean?
So rude.
Like,
You are so rude.
she was an actress for
Tilani.
days, and to a point where she ghosted me. Like, everything was good, everything was nice. You know,
But was everything good? Was everything
no,
nice?
because
if
she was
ghosted
playing
you?
that character. That's how I feel.
Hectic.
Like if I had said cut, she would have. Hey, what am I doing here? You know? Like
Not what am I
she would have
doing
snapped
here?
out of whatever it was that she was doing. So because of those two things, it's crazy, right? So this is my perspective before going into the house.
Yes.
Post.
I'm out of the house now. You know, now I'm the person people want to take pics with.
Yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
now what?
Now I need an assistant. You know what I mean? Now I need an assistant.
Come on.
I need a bag holder.
Come on.
Can anybody say cheese? And now it's I get what you're saying. I want someone who's gonna get it. The late nights, the social media tags,
Yeah.
the interacting in weird ways
Yeah.
with different genders.
Exactly.
It's a lot. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
there'll be pictures of someone whispering in your ear, and automatically it's like
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. even someone who's gonna understand, like people who try to blow things out of proportion, being
Yeah.
like, Zanele and Tulz dating. Now Tulz's person is there like,
Tulz was
Yeah.
going.
Exactly. Who is this Zanele person?
Exactly.
No, and it's like, yo, but Zanele not close. Of course, if I'm in the
Yeah.
club, I'm gonna come close.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? It ain't a kiss. You know what I mean? Yet.
I
Or
mean,
it ain't happened, but you know what I mean?
I mean, I was gonna say, I don't know if that's the bar to be like, at least I didn't kiss her.
Yeah,
but the thing
exactly.
is, people who find like their own narrative in the smallest
Yeah,
thing. So if
100%.
I'm chilling and I'm holding you like this, right? They done. Aye, too.
But that's why I'm saying that that's why I'm so for it in terms of finding someone who would get that.
Would
Who's
understand
like,
that.
yay,
Yeah.
Ukia knows, it's because they do a podcast together, they were sitting close, and that's it.
And that's
Yeah.
it.
Kanti.
Let me ask you this, and I even saw this with Whitney and Bobby.
Yes.
Right? In relationships in general, there's always a certain level of competition, right? I find. So now if we're dating,
I think it comes from the guys. I don't know.
sometimes the lady.
I think it comes from the guys. I'm not gonna lie. It
You
really
think
do.
so?
Nah,
Yeah, Zino.
I'm telling you now.
Zino.
Because I have that thing. But then
Okay.
man's always so supportive.
me.
She's always
Okay.
supportive of everything, but I always see it as a competition, and it's not like that for her. It always comes from us.
But that's
Trust
different.
me.
She's not a housemate. If I am a DJ at 5FM with Zanele and we're both doing similar shows, let's say maybe you're doing lunch, I'm doing
Mid-morning.
Yeah.
Those are
mid-morning,
similar shows.
But you know,
Yeah.
lunch got a little bit of. What I'm saying?
Actually, mid-morning has become some of the biggest shows, but yes.
Okay, yeah. And then all of a sudden, April comes, Zanele's getting breakfast, and I've been moved to 6 to 9 o'clock at night. I mean, it's gonna make conversation weird at
But do
home.
you see
know
even
what
the
I mean?
reaction from me and Kea? Me and Kea are like, dog, we're
Yeah.
happy for you.
We're making
Like,
money.
but that's the
Both
thing.
of
That's the
us.
thing.
Again, we can go back to you, Kia, because you guys
Yeah.
are both in the same kind of
Yes,
field.
you guys even
and-
DJ together.
We went to an audition together just the other day where the role could have been either me or him. And we literally were outside practicing, like, okay, did you get that line? How do I say this?
that's
How do I,
cute,
you know, and it's like,
Yeah.
if any one of us get it, we both gonna eat.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
okay.
how it should be.
That's how
Yeah.
it
You
should
see.
be.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It
That's how it
doesn't
should be.
matter, who gets it. Like, I won't lie, because he's been booking a lot lately, and there was a point where I was just, still trying to figure it out. And it's easy for me to go, but why is he getting all the gigs, and why this and why
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
But the reality is that I was also eating from that. You know what I mean?
That's how it's
Yeah,
okay.
so that's always okay. And also, guys, it goes back to that thing that we spoke about in episode 1 about like understanding that what's yours is yours and what belongs to someone else belongs to someone else.
Yeah.
Like that's something you need to drum in yourself in this industry.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people act out and
Yes.
do the most heinous things because of jealousy. And the reason it turns into jealousy is because you're comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah.
Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Reverse round the river, what time to success. Guess I did too much when over.
You know what I mean?
That's how it's okay.
Yeah, so that's always okay. And also, guys, it goes back to that thing that we spoke about in episode 1 about like understanding that what's yours is yours and what belongs to someone else belongs to someone else.
Yeah.
Like that's something you need to drum in yourself in this industry.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people act out and
Yes.
do the most heinous things because of jealousy. And the reason it turns into jealousy is because you're comparing yourself to other people.
Yeah.
And you need to root it out as soon as it gets there. So as soon as you even start comparing yourself, before it even develops into jealousy, you need to either start praying if you're a prayer person, or you need to go and talk to yourself in the mirror, do whatever it is you need to do to stop that.
Yeah.
Because that's when it becomes a very big thing, and then you start being like, yo, baby, it's
been a while.
Yeah, and now your
Yeah,
relationship's over
yeah,
because of silly
yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
So for me, I think as humans we are quick to be harsh on ourselves. I'm not saying jealousy is a right emotion, but it's an emotion that all humans feel. So instead of rushing to judge it, acknowledge it and maybe speak about it with your person. I don't
Yeah.
know how that would actually work out. But if you guys are really, together, then you
Yeah.
should be able to communicate those things like, damn, babe, I'm happy for you, but it kind of sucks that you got 8 bookings straight and my agent didn't call me in a while. you know?
So let the experience person speak. Let the experience person speak. I will add to the experience.
No, and I feel like we might actually say the same thing, that like, if you are coming to your partner and saying, dog, I'm so happy for you, but it kind of sucks that this and this and this happened to me. Then your partner should immediately go, okay, shit, let's hit up your agent. Let's try and figure out what's happening over there because you should be getting that gig. Or, okay, let's try and do this. Like, if your partner's just going to sit and go, you must deal with it. This is what it is. Then that's a problem. But there should be an element of support.
Okay.
But yes.
I just
Yes.
want to add to that and then you can reply to both of us. I think that in terms of the whole thing of you saying that like jealousy is a real like feeling and stuff, you're so right. And I literally said that to a friend of mine like weeks ago where I was like, the problem is how you deal with that feeling. That's it. Because there's certain people who do things out of jealousy and then there's the people who are like, I'm going to work on not being jealous.
Wow.
Type
Instead
of thing.
of
Yes,
of
instead
pushing
of
it.
Yes.
Now you're switching off my alarm, so I'm late.
Really? You see, things like that, exactly.
Those evil little
Yeah,
things.
dude, people do silly things. Yeah. Anyway, but in terms of what you were saying, like, I also think that you see how you're like, you'd come to your partner and be like, oh, or somebody would come to their partner and be like, you've booked like 8 gigs. I've booked like half a gig in the last like 10 months. Like, I think that the problem starts there with the whole comparison thing. It shouldn't necessarily be about them. It should be about, yo, babe, I'm kind of feeling down today. I haven't booked a gig in 10 months. It shouldn't be yours, you know, when you are booking na and bookie.
There we go.
But that's the thing. I think if you are in the entertainment industry, there's a certain level of self-belief that you have for yourself. You wake up and believe that you're a superstar.
Yeah.
And again, I take it back to Whitney and Bobby, right? Bobby was a superstar. Whitney was a superstar. But at some point, Whitney
Surpassed,
right? And it ended up becoming a point where, at least this is what I picked up from the docu, is that she was now trying to pulling herself down to raise him up, right? Because she's a wife. She wants her husband to feel like, you know, a man, right? So it's not just even the conversation that you guys are gonna have between the two of you, but the world itself, what's happening out there. Because if we are together, you have booked 8 times. South Africa knows. South Africa knows how quiet it is for me. They haven't seen me since that advert.
Even if you're not comparing yourself, South Africa's
It's
doing
gonna
that for
do
you.
it.
Yeah.
But then, guys, like you said earlier on, then why are you in the industry?
Exactly.
Because you know those things are gonna come
Like,
at you.
guys,
And
this
like
is
yes, and
it.
they happen. They do happen. Like people that what you're talking about, it does happen.
Yeah.
But then you know it's gonna happen. That like
So you can't complain about it if
not you can't complain about it, babes. Complain about it all you want. If complaining helps you get through it as well, complain. But it's a fact, as in like you know that people are always gonna be talking. So then if you're gonna use that rather to keep you from dating, then that doesn't necessarily make sense to me.
Yeah.
So are we wrapping it up? So we're for it or we're against it?
Me.
We've gone in a circle.
Yeah, we have.
We heard the pros and the cons. Zeno, are you for it?
I'm a
Your phone
50-50,
stopped ringing.
man. I'm not gonna lie. I put it on mute. I'm a 50-50. I'm a 50-50, man. I'm not gonna lie. I
50-50.
see the pros and I see the cons. I don't like that acting thing that he was talking about. Like, you don't know if the person's being genuine or not.
With what? Oh, is it
In
like
a
if they're acting
relationship.
with you, ne?
Just keep calling cut. That's all I'm saying. Random times. Cut. Baby, what did you say? No. Nothing.
I've once heard that though. I've once heard like when I express my feelings to that particular person who found out that I do act, they were like, yo, but then how do I know? Like, are you not acting right now?
Batu.
And I'm like, dog, I'm here.
Batu.
I'm here. What do you mean? No, but I don't know it. And I won't lie. A part of it I can understand because maybe you might feel like that person is a good liar, but also if that person is your partner, there are telltales. Like you'll be able to see, like, nah, dude, you fronting, or like you lying.
There are some very good actors who are not even actors.
I get it.
Some people call them Kosa men as well. I'll just say that.
Shade.
I love you, by the way, Kosa men. I really do. Some of the most attractive
And
men
that
in the
was Shane
world.
proudly brought to you guys. Zanele Potelwa.
Hey.
Stick around. More to come.
I'm just saying.
Tools, do you have a reply for that? Awesome, man.
Look, I'm actually half Zulu, half Xhosa, so I'll choose not to answer.
This is the first time I've ever
The
heard that in
Zulu.
my life.
Zulu.
That's the first time I've ever heard that. Why have you never brought that up until now? Exactly.
It's because you were dealing with the closer side of me.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, this is the Zulu side. To me.
Okay.
Okay, let's segue into something else.
Can I quickly just say,
Yeah.
I'm for it. And if you are watching, husband of mine in the industry, hello.
Well, there we go then.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. I'm also for it. Obviously,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
here,
kinda hot,
so
too,
I'm
isn't
for
it?
it.
You're so annoying.
Maybe he's watching. Look at me here.
You're so annoying.
Sorry, man. I was gonna say I realized the other day that I don't have a mentor. in the industry. So apart from all the lovey-dovey stuff, like, do you need a mentor in the game? Like, do you need someone who's gonna advise you until you know, son, turn left, not right? Like,
I
do
won't
you guys feel
lie.
about that?
I understand the importance of it. I've been told, like, yo, get a mentor, someone who you can talk to. But yo, I don't. I think I rely a lot on having like digital mentors. So that's me looking up videos of Will Smith and, you know, kind of learning from his journey, or looking up videos of Taraji P. Henson and, you know, watching their talks. So I take that as mentoring, but I don't have a physical, here's my mentor.
Can I add to that real quick? All right. So I remember once I was watching an interview with Miss Cosmo and DJ Zinhle, and DJ Zinhle was like, and it was very random because at that time it's not like I was necessarily like looking too much for a mentor, but she was like, people can mentor you from afar. So you see how you're saying, like, you look up these videos and everything. Yeah. So things like that do really help. And I even remember, like, even my church leader at some point when I was starting in the industry, she was like to me, go and look what those people did that they got right, that got them to where they are. Yeah. Things like that even help, right? But I also will say this. Having gotten into the industry a little bit deeper and deeper as you do as the years go by, I do think that it is important to be able to have people to ask things to. So I remember when Nomzamo Mbata was in the country, she was like, sometime back, because she's still in the country now, but like sometime back, she was like that Kuhle Adams, like she's one of the people who, she's always like, my DMs are open whenever you want to like chat or whatever type of thing, like let's chat or whatnot. Yeah. So even for me, I know sitting where I am, when I message Tando, Tabete, and I'm like, Tando, this is what happened, whatever, she answers. When I message like an Anele. Yeah. No, I'm not main name dropping. I'm saying as in like, I think it's very important to have people that you can ask things to. Agreed. So whether it's people who are deep into the industry, such as a Tando or an Anele, or it is like somebody who's just like a few years ahead of you, it's always good to have people to ask things to, because sometimes you don't know how to go about it. Do you know what I mean?
I guess you.
Yeah, so
it's true. Do you have someone, Zino?
Nah, I really wish I had a mentor. I think I have people that are like close to me that I know that I can ask for advice. Example, Tulz, you, Zanele. You know, like we've got this, right? But like, being as young as I am and going into this industry, I need that kind of guidance to say, you know, because you could be led to the wrong path, you know, and things could go very left.
For sure.
So yeah, like I really think that it's important personally. I really think like someone that like can guide you and be like, hey bro, I see how you're moving. Please move like this because it will be beneficial for you later on. I think that will help Shem.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I find it tricky, man. One, you know, you guys mentioned someone can mentor you from a distance. I always feel like I can draw inspiration from their stories.
Yeah.
But it's never really the truth of what it is. You know?
And
like
tools.
It's always a presentation. If you wake up, that's all you gotta do.
No.
Just rise up. Like I'll watch, like for example, Steve Harvey. He's got a lot of these motivational talks and clips where he's saying powerful things. I'll watch it and I'll draw inspiration, but I know it's not as simple as what you're saying. Get up in the morning. That's all you gotta do. I'll tell you now. If a door closes, like another one's gonna open.
But he's right. Though.
And it's true.
Yeah.
But for me, Tulz, who probably just got retrenched or who is at home hustling without food or electricity or enough data to be able to watch the rest of this video, that's not enough, right?
So what do you want to hear in that moment, or what do you feel like you need?
So in that regard, in terms of getting mentorship from a distance, it doesn't work for me in that regard.
It's not realistic.
Yeah, it's just packaged in a ribbon, all the good things. I was once bad, but now I'm good. You know what I mean? I can't deal with watching motivational speakers because it's a session of nigga, I did it.
You see, me and you on the same way.
I am here to brag.
Why are you guys hurt?
Yeah, we like
this rubbish. I once had no mouth, but now I eat too.
Someone said something funny, like he watched the motivational speaker, and that nigga got him waking up at 4 a.m. and now he's up at 4 a.m. doing nothing. Because you're listening to
motivational speaker.
You know what I mean?
And they tell you all these things that are, and you feel like an idiot. When what time do you wake up? 8. And you, madam? 9. And you, madam? Well, I wake up at 4. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's wrong. But those forms of enlightenment don't work for me.
I was gonna say, I think it has its people. You see how you're saying it doesn't work for you. You see, like with us, me and Kea wake up in the morning, we put on Denzel, and we're like, yes, let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah.
And those they also good, but again, it's inspiration, but it's not. Yo, the real truth is, I need someone who's gonna tell me, listen, this is the game. Number one, you're gonna have to make a plan with clothes because you're gonna have to go to all these fancy places, and that T-shirt that you're always wearing, we've seen you post it on Instagram at least 6 times.
Oh, damn.
You see what I mean?
Yo.
This is the real truth. Not I used to wake up and nah. Listen, there's gonna be people that are gonna literally want to take a picture with you just for exposure. They'll act cool, but as soon as they walk away, that's probably it. That's now for me what I consider mentorship.
But I think those are two different things. Yeah, like for example, that one is more visionary, like fix your vision. Like if you've forgotten why you're waking up, remember you're waking up for yourself, for this, for that. And then this one is, okay, cool, now that you've woken up for yourself, know that this is your step by step, you know. So I feel like maybe you need more of that.
I think it's what you need for the kind of industry that we're in. I could be wrong, but even the idea behind this whole podcast was because I found myself in a space where I was surrounded by so many people that know me and a lot of people that think they know me and with their own expectations and all these things that I myself am not used to, right?
Yeah.
And there was no one there to guide me through it. I had to do it myself.
And I think that a lot of us have gone through that though.
Yeah.
But also just to because earlier on you said something where you feel like it's not necessarily the real thing, right? But you took it from the other side, and I want to take it from the other side of like yes, you can be sort of mentored by someone from afar, where you're kind of like watching him, you're like, this is how they do it and whatever. But like for me, the one time that I got to sit down with Zanele, guys, my mind was blown. In just that 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
I didn't know that that's how she like thinks. So yes, we see all of these calculated moves and everything, but I think that you're so right in the sense of like, you don't get the real thing from just watching videos and interviews and dog.
Sure.
Like, dude, when you're able to have a one-on-one thing, the same way you're saying you'd want, you know, because I think that it really, really is an important thing to have. In the sense of like, especially if you're almost wanting to be able to navigate the industry properly, having somebody who's there to kind of be like, I've been there before, so I kind of know, you know, what's what.
Yeah.
Down to even what we all love doing, at least us, radio. That is even harder to find someone because it's such a competitive field.
It is.
And no one ever wants to admit that, first of all. Everyone acts like, no, I'm happy. Okay, no. Nigga, you want breakfast. You want drive. It's the truth, right? So because of that, I've been to so many different stations, been around so many DJs, and there's been so many few or so little that have actually sat me down and be like, listen, so this is how I approach a link, right? If you want to improve here, and here, I suggest you do this and that and that and that. I don't know about you guys, but it's rare. And for me, I find it's the people that are really like Roger Good.
Yeah.
Right? As opposed to someone who's got a smaller name, but is still
Pick me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. I want to say, as much as we can sit here, right, and be like, oh, I'm not mentor, or like a few people have done that, you also need to look at the other side. And I say that because there's been people who've come to me and been like, Zanele, please mentor me. And when Zanele is like, I don't know if I can be your mentor, you take it as a like, Zanele wants to keep the information to herself, whatever. Where like I haven't necessarily like, you know, spoken to somebody in depth about it, but on the other side, you don't know that Zanele doesn't feel like she's good enough to mentor you.
Wow.
Or to go even deeper, Zanele's probably thinking, you mentor you and then you take my job.
No, but that's why I'm saying. No, but that's why I'm saying that there's the other side.
Yeah.
So 100%. Remember, we said there's people in all industries, but in this industry as well, there's the people who do that thing of being like, me, every man for himself. Like, I need to keep my information to myself. You want to take my slot. Yeah. But then there's also the other side of it where a person's like, dog, I don't know if I have the capacity to actually do mentor. Like, I don't know that I have all of the expertise that you're looking for and I can guide someone and this person's making decisions based on what I said, and now like it feels like a freaking weight on my shoulders. That's why I'm saying you sometimes have to look at the other side as well, where the person doesn't feel like I've arrived, and as a result I don't feel like I can you know, be such a big thing in someone's life.
Yeah, I've mentored someone before. It's and even that I was approached and asked, hey, I'm currently navigating this particular thing, so if you can just mentor me on that. And at first I thought, yeah, sure. I mean, I'll definitely share some information, which I did. But being a mentor is so hectic because that person will also just call you and be like, yo, today was hectic, this and this, and you kind of just receiving all of that, and you have to go, you know what, it's okay, just this is what you need to do, this is the next step.
You were a
It's
psychologist,
hectic.
babes.
And no, because
That's what you were.
that's also what it was.
Yes.
That's also what it was. I think if I wasn't in the industry, I'd most likely maybe be in psychology. But also I'd be
Yes.
crying with the people. I'd be like, oh my
You're
God,
so cute.
Call your company Zawadi and tears.
Zawadi and tears. I love that. I love that. So being a mentor is really hectic. So yeah, I think maybe because of that, I've never put that pressure on somebody else to mentor me. So
I've been in both situations where someone is asking me, and look, I'm the first to admit I don't know everything, right? But I know a lot of things. I have a lot of information that I've picked up over time. So I'm always keen to share it because I've seen how that has benefited me over the years. Like, I remember the first time I walked into a radio station. I remember who I snooped, right? It was a guy called Linda Mbuso. You remember Linda Mbuso?
yeah.
I remember a lot of the stuff that he told me. It still stuck with me over the years.
Wow.
So many people, Ayanda,
Yes.
Lusky, and some people mentor you. Like, I learned so much from you just by working with you.
I learned from you.
And not because you're sitting there saying, Tools.
It's
No,
cute.
but word though, right?
Yeah.
Not because you're sitting there saying, okay, Tools, that was lesson 1. Smile before you do a link. You know what I mean?
But yes.
But by chilling with
Yeah.
you, already I see, okay, Zanele always smiles before she starts talking. Damn, I always forget that. Boom. So I think I get what you're saying in terms of you being worried if you are in a space to give back, but let's just now start the mentality of wanting to share information.
So 100%, not even that, dude. Because for me, guys, you can ask anybody that's ever come to me. I always want to impart knowledge. If you want email addresses of programs managers, jump into my DMs, my boy. I will give them to you.
Yeah.
I'm always willing to impart knowledge, especially because of, like you said, where you get to the industry and you're like, yo, what do I do
Gandhi,
now?
this is it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm always willing. It's just, I think that, like we said, that mentorship is a very big thing too. And I also think that even me, there's a very big person in the industry. I once went to them and I went, please, will you mentor me? And they were like, yo, speak to me in a year. And that was someone who's established, dog. Wow. And by that I mean, as in, even they were like, I don't think I have the capacity now. Yo, I will do it, but just not now. So that's why I'm saying that they understand the gravitas
of what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so that's where I think it is, in the sense of I think that at the end of the day, it's a very big responsibility. But at the same time, I remember Pastor Michael Todd, I watch a lot of sermons. He said, sometimes it's not about you going to ask someone to mentor you. It's about asking the right questions. Oof. And all of the people that I go to and I'm like, oh, can I this, can I that, or whatever. Or even people who come to me. Like, I have a young girl, her name's Simafio, she's the future. And she comes to me and she asks me certain things. But then even now, she's started asking one of our producers and also a rapper, Shabzi Medallion. She's started asking him a lot of things. And because of that, she's in a space where there's information always just coming at her.
She's picking it up.
But that's what I'm saying. There's always, so even with you saying the Roger Goods and the whatevers, it's because we went to them and we asked the right questions.
Yeah.
And it was just an organic thing. And not to say that they became our mentors, which Roger is kind of to me, but
Little firecracker.
yeah, I love him so much. He really is a mentor to me. But it was just a thing of I was always around. I was always like a sponge. I was always ready. The day Roger said, Zanele, come, let me teach you how to DJ. I was there. So things like that happen. And even Anele.
And now she's gigging. Hello.
I know that's right.
don't know what
I know that's right. I know that's right.
Yeah.
But even
Love
people because at the end of the day, you know what you're saying, it's time to impart knowledge. I can promise you this much. All of the industry giants, none of them are selfish when it comes to information.
Yeah.
As long as you ask them, or even if you're just around them, they will always be willing to be like, oh, dude, you did this, that was great, but also try this. I don't know, Ayanda's even done that for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So so that's why I'm as long as you're around or asking the right things, you'll be in a good space.
Yeah, no, Ayanda's also always in my corner. In that regard. Like, nah, nigga, don't do this, do that.
Exactly. Yo, Ayanda's amazing with that, man.
Yeah.
So I guess then we've established that it's not necessarily about having a mentor, but it's just about
Asking the
when
right
you're
questions.
when you're around those people, just asking the right questions.
100%.
So that you're not necessarily pressuring that one person to be your one and only, and they're the only ones that you can call when you need this. But I guess, asking the right questions, that makes so much sense.
But if you can find a mentor, take that opportunity, dog.
Also, I was going to say, maybe not only look for a mentor in the industry. Right? You can find a mentor and a person studied law or whatever, but what they're imparting on you obviously needs to be beneficial to what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But don't just limit yourself to, if I'm a radio DJ, my mentor must be a DJ.
100%.
If I'm a voiceover artist, my mentor must just be... Look for someone that you know is going to impart the kind of knowledge that's going to get you moving forward.
I even have a friend who was like that they are currently getting a mentor at the moment, and it's somebody who's like in business, but they used to be in broadcasting. So they know how.
So it's a bit of both.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So they
There we go.
understand how it works,
There we
which
go.
is so like exactly what you're saying, where they don't have to be in broadcasting right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very
That's I love chatting with you guys. Alright, all good things must come to an end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ebb 2, we're keeping it moving. Yeah, man, I don't want to get emotional and
I
you know that.
I know.
Already? 45
I just wanted to say that
Like-
this has been the best 2 episodes ever. Like, not one, but 2.
Oh my gosh, drama.
Titanic doesn't even have a sequel.
Nah.
Yeah, man.
Are you okay?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. Shout out to you guys. It's been the game. You know what it is. Do all you gotta do. Like, subscribe. What else do YouTubers say?
Share.
Like,
Like, subscribe, share.
Comment.
Comment below. Tell us what you want to
Hit
know
the
about.
notification
Hit the bell. Yes.
The bell.
We're new to this. We're new.
We are.
Alright, man. It's been the game.
We out.
Chang chang.
Peace.
Ora see the light now. Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Angeke usenze lutho. Reverse round the river, what time?